This match won fall with a 10-minute time limit. From Arizona, weighing 229 pounds, Reggie Parks. His opponent from Westminster, England, weighing 230 pounds, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Lord Alfred Hayes moving out against Reggie Parks, and this should be quite a contest indeed. Very little weight difference between the two. Hayes, of course, with vast continental experience, European experience in wrestling. Reggie Parks caught on a side headlock very quickly by Hayes. And a good reversal by Reggie Parks into a top wrist lock and takedown by Parks. Hayes back to his feet. It's Parks. Scoring another takedown on Hayes, and Hayes again. Up and over. Swept the leg. Has Parks to the canvas. Parks breaks it up. Using those powerful legs to break up that hold. Now it is duck under, go behind into a full Nelson by Lord Alfred Hayes. And a series of moves there that had Hayes befuddled, and Hayes now did not, complaining about Parks, but to no avail. He's saying something about the fact that Parks had oiled himself down, which certainly does not appear to be the case. Hayes trying to trap those shoulders of Parks, could not do so. Parks using the knee effectively. They move in collar and elbow once again. Good fireman carry by Parks. Under that arm. Hayes garnering a head scissors that time. The thing about Hayes, he's exceptionally resourceful as a competitor. Parks trying to roll or twist his way out of this head scissors. Still trapped by Hayes. And Parks getting some extra leverage that time, grabbing those trunks, being warned by the referee. Parks comes out of it into a side headlock on Lord Alfred Hayes. And again, Hayes taking a shortcut. Advent of the world heavyweight champion, Harley Race, returning to Florida. Also the world junior heavyweight champion, Les Thornton, returning to Florida. Hayes, upending Parks, had those feet. And then Parks back to the basics once again, a single leg pickup. Hayes breaking just barely on the count of 4. Moves into a rear chin lock now on Reggie Parks. Hayes borderlining it with Scrappy McGowan, the referee. Back to the ring ropes. Referee will be calling for the ring. Hayes catching him behind the ear on the break. Hayes again, a looping right hand to the side of the head. Parks again moves in, collar and elbow once again up against, and then again Hayes. Parks retaliates with a right hand that puts Hayes moving backwards. Catches him in the abdomen that time. And now Parks pounding away, catches him into the rib cage, under the jaw. Arm whips him to the far turnbuckle, closes in once again. So Reggie Parks throwing caution to the winds here, taking every advantage possible. Parks comes off the ropes, catches Hayes, a beautiful shoulder smash. Parks off the ropes again, and that, Hayes clubbed him behind the head, then caught him with a knee coming off of those ropes. Hayes, a double thrust into the throat. Hayes goes to the full Boston Crab. Full Boston Crab. Referee checking with Reggie Parks. Parks trying to break it if he can. And no, sir, he cannot break it in. The pain became too intense. The referee calls for the bell. So Lord Alfred Hayes defeating Reggie Parks in a very, very tough match indeed, using the full Boston Crab. In deference to Lord Alfred Hayes, he does call that the British backbreaker, but it is more popularly known here in the United States as the full Boston Crab. Lord Hayes, it appeared to me that Reggie Parks took you by surprise a couple of times in that match.
Not at all, my dear fellow. You saw the British backbreaker there. Absolutely supreme. Now, there's many things I wish to speak to you about today, Sony. Firstly, of course, as everybody knows, I'm a very well-traveled person. A little while ago, in fact, some time ago, I was in the Australasian continent, and there I studied the Aborigine and the Maori, very interesting people. And then I was in Japan. My mind is never still, always working. And I studied the samurais. And I was in France and Holland, and I studied the painters there. The left bank, the Sorbonne in Paris. Very interesting. And now I come here to the wonderful states of America, and I assess everything. I place everything in this brain up here. Absolutely everything. And what have I studied here? The history of the West. And I've come to one specific conclusion. There is only one cowboy here in the West. One who could stand the acid test of living by himself and enduring and coming out triumphant here in the West of the United States of America. Just think about that.
Indeed, sir. You say you found one cowboy. Would you care to relate any further information?
My dear fellow, and everybody who's watching, you should know who that is. Surely, Lord Alfred Hayes doesn't have to tell you. Think about it, Sony.
Indeed. Thank you so very much, Lord Alfred Hayes.